Hello, my name is Brant. I'm going to do a short snippet here for Jeanice Barcelo. I think it's pertinent that you have no excuses because I'm going to give you the information for you. I read a couple of her books, and what I wanted to do here is to share her website. And let me go to it. This is Jeanice Barcelo's website. It's called A Birth, uh, a New Earth.com. She is going to be starting a new 20-week parenting program. That's what I understand. It begins in September of this year. So you got a month. I don't know what the cost is, but you can look into that. The whole idea simply is that this is so vital for you people who are young, who are expecting. This is how you stay out of the system. You follow what I'm saying here? How you no longer will be what I call circumcising your male boys, and also having a environment for what I call that they will be what's the word, that you will no longer depend upon the hospitals for your health care in this area. And so this is one of her things that she does time to time. I would highly suggest that you read her books, Birth Trauma and the Dark Side of Modern Medicine. I'm disappointed in people who have had done some bad reviews of her book, basically saying it's a negative perspective. Well, it's a negative perspective because of what takes place in a hospital, folks. That's the reason why. So, there are people who read these books and they say, oh, well, guess what? This is too negative. I can't handle it. Well, over 100 years ago, your great great grandparents basically probably didn't have you in a hospital because that didn't exist back then. So usually the child was quote unquote had a midwife or a woman who helped the mother have the child. Yes, there were people who passed away, maybe, but it hasn't been improved, folks. It really hasn't. Uh, so, so I read her books. They are scary, but she's experienced this. She's experienced this. So how in the world else can you know for sure? You see, many doctors are not there. They're not. They're there for one reason. That's money. That's their god or prestige. But it's not care. Who's going to care for you? Sure, it's not the doctor. You see, he's want more clients. That's what he wants. In order to break the system, you got to say, you know what? I don't need the hospital anymore. After all, they are a corporation. They're not looking out for my best interest. They're looking out for their best interest, and that's what corporations do. And that's why we have a problem with what we call care in these places. Because guess what? Usually there are nurses there, and yes, they're paid somewhat well, but the problem is simply they're under enormous stress with the system. I had a dear friend who I knew in the past, and she was what they call what's the word? She was a pharmacist, but she was in charge of a particular floor in a hospital. Now here's the point, folks. I want to make that very clear to you. She was the stopgap in order to prevent mistakes by doctors. You see, because doctors make mistakes big time. They overprescribe or either prescribe the wrong drug. And so she was there on that floor getting paid for what I call protecting people in their situation in a hospital. That was her job, you see, a full-time job. So I want to make sure you understand this. If you can help Jeanice Barcelo, it is more worth your dollar to do this for her. She's not a rich person. She's a single person on her own and trying to do the right thing. So I would encourage you to look into her site. And if you're a young person, it's time to move away from the system. And that means the educational system, the medical system, the judicial system, the religious system. All these things keep you in check. They don't allow you to be who you truly are. So I appreciate you listening today, and I wish you a great day and you have a good evening. Thank you. Oh, something happened here. Oh, brother.